You want to go chase a bag instead of chase the game.
Mm-hmm.
Chase the game. The game got the bag. Don't chase the bag. The bag ain't got the game.
Mm-hmm.
Chase the game.
Welcome back to another episode of CTG Chase the Game, where we chase the game, not the bag, because the bag will follow. Chase the game. Let's go, baby. Prime time. We've got a lot of news, a lot of updates. I know if you guys tuned into our Saturday episode, kind of all over the place with, work schedule, the snow, all that good stuff. So we're typically shooting for Tuesdays is when we do the films and record the show and get that out. So if you guys tuned in, I went 4-4 the week before. Didn't go as planned this round. We got Adam claimed the lead because we were tied, right? We were tied, and then you ended up calling for the Seattle Seahawks and the Patriots to win. Or no.
I was opposite, bro.
You picked the Broncos to win.
And the Rams.
We're still tied.
And the Rams.
No, you picked the Rams too.
The Dream.
That's right. The Dream.
Dream was way off. High-scoring game. Almost hit $800 on a prop play. But Kenneth Walker was a little short on rushing yards. That was tough.
Oh, that's right. I'll play it here. Now just get the short or whatever for this. It's like 1 minute in. I made the short for it of your dream. Anyways, so it's I'm in the lead because I guessed the Pats. I did not guess the Seahawks. Now Nigel went 2-4-2. This man, he's seeing the field a little bit. He made a redemption. He needs to come back. Right now, he is in last place. But
One game.
That's two dubs. So right now I'm in the lead. You were close behind AJ, but not quite. You guys still got to get a little bit. Well, we can do. We'll do the predictions for the Super Bowl, but we'll have more. We'll talk more about that. Before we get into that, I know there's some crazy games. But speaking of crazy games, there's crazy updates. We got Danny D. Before Danny D gets into it, let me do a little introduction. You got Nigel Somerville, Lehigh legend. You got Adam Johns, AJ, White Snipe, Mount Pleasant Hall of Famer. Speaking of Hall of Fame, we got some first ballot Hall of Famers come out. And there's some people that didn't make it, some people on it. We'll talk more about that with Danny D. Updates. How we looking, Danny D? What's up?
What's up, Chase? Thanks, everybody. So we got some updates. I have about 7 or 8 updates for you guys. So last week I forgot Pete Carroll. Old Pete Carroll got fired. We got Joe Brady hired as Bills head coach. I believe he was their Chase. Mistake me if I'm wrong. He was their OC. Joe Brady.
Correct.
You're breaking up a little bit, but yes, Joe Brady was the offense coordinator. Correct.
Fired from Carolina.
And he was the offense coordinator for the LSU Tigers back when Joey B and that fantastic wide receiver crew took the Natty championship that year. But I remember we hired him, and I was excited, but then we fired him. So
it's a good hire for the Bills. I think it's a good hire.
Yeah. I feel like when we fired him, that was like throw the blame all on this guy when it was really a Frank Wright issue, Matt Rule issue. I can't remember which head coach he was under. But he was never really the issue, but we still fired him.
Yep.
Gotta keep good talent in the house. Go ahead, Dan.
Anyways, still doing the news here, guys. Mike McDaniels. Mike McDaniel is Chargers offensive coordinator. He had to land somewhere. Chargers, I am sorry. Mike McCarthy is Steelers head coach. Also sorry about that. He got very emotional during the press conference. Very emotional. Titans hired Brian Daboll as their offensive coordinator. I'm so sorry as a Giants fan. Sorry, guys. The Cardinals interviewed Ron Rivera for head coach. Riverboat Ron. Who remembers Riverboat Ron, everyone? And then we got Bill Belichick not selected as first ballot Hall of Famer. I'm not surprised. Who's not surprised about that? That's the end of
I
the
mean,
news,
I'm a little
everybody.
surprised. I'm not gonna
Very
lie.
surprised. Very surprised. Very surprised.
I kind of want to hear more about why you are not surprised about Bill Belichick not making that first ballot Hall of Famer.
I don't know. The first thing that
Danny
came to my
D.
mind, yeah, I got you. The first thing that came to my mind is that he's still coaching. Like, if he's a Hall of Famer, I feel like you got to be retired. You have to be like, you know what I'm saying? Is that a crazy thought?
Yeah. No,
Valid
I see
point.
what you're saying. That is a valid point because he is still in the heat of things. Even though it is college, he's still coaching and as a head coach. So I get that. That is a valid point there.
And
I
he's
think
still
that's only
babysitting
for.
his girlriend.
Yeah.
And
I
he's
think that might be only
babysitting his
applicable for
girl.
the
That is
NFL,
crazy.
that rule. I'm not too sure, though. I
That
think
is
that might be only
crazy,
for the
man.
NFL. But I think he just didn't make the first ballot NFL. Like, college aside, like, I think he's been out of a coaching role long enough to be eligible. And I think they just didn't vote him in. So
Yeah.
I
Like
think
they
I
weren't
think that's
thinking
all it
that.
comes
They
down
weren't
to.
thinking like, oh, he was still coaching. They're like, nah, you're not.
I don't think so. I don't think so because like that's NFL. Like Jim Harbaugh got suspended for Michigan and then went right into coaching in the NFL. So I don't think that has any correlation between the two. I think that's separate.
You know what I got to
Do
say
you
about
guys
that?
think Miss Jordan? Do y'all think Miss Jordan's gonna call in and for a complaint?
Yeah, 100%. She's pissed. She's pissed.
Yeah.
She's fired up. She's fired
I
up.
would get in her way, man. She's spicy.
She's fired up right now.
I'm dead.
You know what I got to say about that?
What were you gonna say, Danny D?
If I had Tom Brady, I could be in the Hall of Fame as a coach. You know what I'm saying? It's not it's
Yeah, I
not
mean,
like it's not like he did something with nobody. He had Tom Brady, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah,
yeah,
fair enough.
yeah, he's one of
Actually,
the best coaches ever. I get it. He's one of the best coaches ever. Many rings, but I don't care. I don't see him as a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I
I
will
had that thought
say,
too. I had that thought too, Dan.
it does
Good point.
take more than just one player to win a Super Bowl, not just a game, a Super Bowl, several Super Bowls. Now, not discrediting Tom Brady or anything by any means. That dude, best quarterback that's ever played the game. Some people might say Patrick Mahomes is right on his tail, but right now, today, he is the best quarterback that has ever played the game. So I can see where you're coming from. Now, what he did with that, moving to Tampa Bay and still winning the Super Bowl. Now, Tampa Bay was stacked when he won that Super Bowl. So, not discrediting him, he still won a Super Bowl, which is crazy. That solidified the fact that he was the best quarterback ever. But there was a lot of years that defense carried them to the playoffs and carried them through the playoffs when Tom Brady didn't really turn it on until the postseason, which I'm not saying he still did his thing, but it wasn't until the postseason. Like
You're making some great points, Chase. But bottom line, it's ridiculous. He's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think it's kind of
no.
It's honestly just kind of stupid. It just doesn't make any sense.
I see that, and I mean, I also, to Danny D's point, he's still coaching, so I understand both sides of it. We'll let the NFL obviously make their decision. There's a reason why they didn't. So, anyways, but we'll talk kind of more about this past weekend and the NFC and AFC Championship. First off, the AFC Championship, that was nuts. I obviously called the score. Well, I wouldn't say I called the score. I got close, very, very close. I put down 13-9, and the final score was 10-7. So I did get pretty close. I didn't expect the snow. I didn't expect the blizzard, though. By all means, I did not know that was going to happen. And if that didn't happen, there might have been a different score. It might have been a little bit more of a high-scoring game. I mean, Stiddy was getting after it a little bit, but I still, like I said, I didn't think he was going to make it happen. Patriots are hot right now. Mike Rabel and the Patriots and Drake May. And I love the fact that Stephon Diggs finally made a Super Bowl. But it's crazy that, like, all the teams that you really think about it, like all the players that don't ever make it to the Super Bowl. And shout out to our boy Derek Young for recovering that punt. That was the Seahawks game, but
Yeah.
that was huge.
Big play.
Turn the ball around. That was kind of solidified the game right there, I would say, in my opinion. But it's funny since some of our old teammates were like posting on their Snapchat or whatever, kind of giving him a hard time about his celebration, and he was like, "Oh, give us more, Derek, give us more." It's like, I don't know, man. What I mean, you being in that position, like you weren't preparing a celebration. Like he's been a gunner all year, he still gets in there and runs routes and gets the ball thrown to him a lot, but more than I thought he was going to. He's really really came a long way for sure. But um yeah, no, it's been a great season too. We got one more game left. It's kind of crazy how they're doing this year, but what are your guys' thoughts on this past weekend and what happened? I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say about those games because it was a tough loss to the Rams, but at the same time, like I could have seen it go either way. The weather did take a effect, but what's your guys' opinion on that? I mean, I'll start with you, AJ. What you thinking?
I mean, definitely the score would have been different. That weather was interesting. I saw some tweets about people complaining about like, oh, if this was on a different, field, different environment, this and that. But at the end of the day, fellas, that's just football, and that's the history of football, man. You look back, there's like some of the coldest games. You kind of even think about even recent history. We had the Mike McDaniels shivering on the sideline against the Chiefs, when their offense was hot. And it's like weather, that just comes with it, right? And if you want to be in a place where your team favors the weather, that's why you got to win during the regular season. The Broncos earned that number one spot. And, it was two teams that play in the cold. So I don't think, that really mattered. Obviously, the snow sucks, and it's like we've all played in the snow growing up as a kid. You're like half your speed. You can even see it out there. Like the receivers could barely run routes. But to me, it's just that's still fun, though. Like that's fun to watch. It's defense. They're sloppy. There's a chance for a big play to open up. But, I mean, people have still popped off offensively. You look back to LaShawn McCoy. He had that big game in the snow with, like, 300-plus yards rushing. Like, it's possible. So I think that's just a lame cop-out that a lot of people, like to make. Is all and we see all these new stadiums getting made, and they're all domes. Like, it's turned into, like, sissy ball, man. Like, play outside. That's what the sport's meant to be. You play football. Yeah. It's like you hop on the Xbox, and you're like, what weather setting? You remember as kids, you throw in the snow. It's just like, it makes the game fun. It adds, a little bit of different flavor that we're not used to seeing during the regular season. With that being said, gosh, the Broncos defense played so good. They did everything they could. If it wasn't for Stiddy should have just took that sack. I know we were going off in the group chat on like if that was forward, lateral, whatever. I swear I'm tripping. That thing looked forward. But Chase disagrees with me. Regardless, Buddy should have took the sack, and he pump faked before. He could have threw it away right then. And then the other thing is, even though I thought it was forward, they reviewed it way too quick. But the second thing is, like, don't be so quick to blow a whistle. Let the game play out. Let them scoop and score right there. That's so lame. Like, these refs are so whistle happy. But then again, we see dudes in piles, and they're, stand still in piles, and they're still not blowing a whistle for, like, 4 seconds. Where, like, the rule game is just, like, if you're stand still, like, you blow the whistle. It's just the inconsistency is a little annoying. But regardless, Pats did what they needed to do. May made it happen in the snow. And then moving on to the night game, I figured after watching that game, I'm like, we're about to have a great game. High scoring. That was fun to watch. Puka was that close to getting out of bounds there just to make it interesting at the end. But at the end of the day, the Derek fumble recovery, which he could have had another one earlier. I'm sure y'all remember that. But he dropped 2 punts.
Yeah.
He's probably done playing in the NFL. That's tough. Dropping 2 punts in the NFC Championship. And the Rams' offense was rolling in the second half. And who knows, I honestly think that won the Seahawks. Right there was the fumble punt return. And then, the Rams had their chance, though, at the end of the game. They missed that 4th down. They could have kicked a field goal and, kept it a little closer. But, I mean, why? I feel you. You got Matt Stafford. You're on the 5-yard line down by 4. Like, go for the touchdown. It makes sense. All in all, at the beginning of the year, if you would have told me these two teams were going to be in the Super Bowl,
Is he glitching for you?
shut up. You don't know ball.
That Wi-Fi is bad over there.
Over here, I'm not on
Yeah,
Wi-Fi.
you-
That's the issue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You might need to
but
go on Wi-Fi.
that's my recap.
Hell yeah. Well, we'll get it loaded up. It will take a second, and hopefully it won't cut anything out. But that was good information. Obviously, I didn't hear a lot of it, but it was good. I know some of the stuff you said about like Derik's game changing fumble recovery, and I'll throw that in there. But I'm sure it will come through on the other side. But we'll figure that stuff out on the other side. What about you, Nigel? What's your kind of recap
just
on
to
what happened?
go real quick. Broncos Patriots game. I think we kind of talked all week about how like great of a coaching job Sean Payton was going to do with Jared Stidham and how he get him ready. But I don't think we really focused on how good of a job that Mike Vrabel would do with this team. I think the way that he kind of kept it close the whole time, especially when the Broncos didn't go for it. I mean, I kicked the field goal on fourth down. They went for it instead. They obviously turned the ball over on downs. I think that right there kind of blew up in their face, obviously. I think if they obviously get that, it's a different game, but it's all about fourth downs, especially at home. You kind of have to go for it in that situation. But looking at what the weather was in the second half of that game, you probably want to say, hey, that's one that you want to kick there. But, that's a close game. Drake May has to play better in the Super Bowl, or they're obviously just going to get ran through by the Seahawks defense. And the Rams-Seahawks game, I think it was something that we saw these teams do all year. They've played each other 3 times now. I mean, Sam Darnold absolutely balled. Matthew Stafford absolutely balled. It just kind of came down to special teams in a sense with a fumble recovery. Both receivers did what they do. Puka, Jackson, Smith, and Jigba both had over 150 yards receiving. Both the quarterbacks threw for over 340 yards. It's just kind of what we come to expect from both these teams. Now, I'm interested to see how this Seahawks defense comes out against this Patriots offense, if they try to be aggressive or if they just kind of sit back and just kind of let Drake May, throw the ball around and just kind of pick the ball out the air. Very intrigued to see how aggressive they are, especially on third down. I know this team loves to kind of get after the quarterback, so I'm interested to see how they play Drake, knowing that he is a mobile guy and he can move around a little bit. But I think if he plays like he played against the Broncos, conditions weren't the best, obviously, but at the end of the day, like Adam said, it is football. He's going to have to come out in a sense of, being aggressive, I think, and kind of going to have to be the catalyst behind that offense, much like Sam Darnold has to be. It's 2 young guys. One's not as young as the other one, but young and experienced. So I'm intrigued to see what the Super Bowl comes down to. And really looking forward to a great week of flag football events, too, in the Pro Bowl games.
Before we jump into that Super Bowl predictions, we'll handle that next week on the next show. Don't want to give away anything because apparently we got AM over there knowing the predictions. But I was looking at this, and Sam Darnold passed for 346 yards and 3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns.
Damn, dude. Like, I hate to be that guy, but it's just, he came into Carolina, and I saw him at the Jets. I doubted him. I didn't think he could do it, and he did it. And I think that, that Seahawks defense was looking good.
It goes back to the whole point of, like, evaluation. Like, you look at college guys, like, people don't know how to evaluate kids in high school. People don't know how to evaluate kids in college. People damn sure don't know how to evaluate an NFL quarterback. So it's almost impossible to kind of put a label on these guys unless they kind of have, in a sense, not a great team, but at least a decent coaching staff and, somewhat tangible pieces around them in a sense.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. And it's crazy, man. What up, AM?
News.
Allen.
What up?
We were just
What up?
We were just recapping a little bit, talking about it. We were just saying that we were gonna hold off on like going into the predictions and stuff. But we could talk a little bit about the money on what the money looked like on the NFC and the AFC Championship game and like what the people were thinking. But I was looking at this fact. So that rookie running back for the Patriots, Travion Henderson.
Yeah.
That dude is playing for a Super Bowl, right? But last year when he was in college, he won the national championship.
Yeah,
So it's like
Really? Oh, wow.
that dude could potentially do some
Wins.
crazy things, man. Get a
Yeah.
freaking a national
Wins.
championship
Yeah, that's
ring, then the
crazy.
next year a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah,
Now
that's
they got to
wild.
win, but
Yeah.
actually, if you have the numbers, Alan, I'd
Yeah,
love
no,
to
I
go
do.
into like what it was looking like, where the where the money was and everything
For the Super Bowl, right?
for the
Yeah.
AFC and then NFC recap because I was thinking before we get into the
yeah.
NFL games or the Super Bowl, I don't want to jump the gun with it. We got
Yeah,
not this weekend but next weekend, but
I don't know if it'll give me a recap, but I do know majority of the money last week was on Seattle,
that's right. Yeah,
and
you
a lot
said
of money
Seattle
was on
favored.
Pats. So like both teams that were favorites last week won. So that's one thing to keep in mind as well. And now they're in the Super Bowl. So now it's just kind of predicting both. I know circulating when it came to money wise, there was like probably 8 to 10 million total between both games that were just circulating in money. So that's one thing to keep in mind. And then Broncos, I think before game started, it ramped up to like 40% of people picking the money line. So a lot of people were starting to get on the Broncos kind of bandwagon when the game started, but it was unfortunately let down. So I don't know, dude. I think I don't know if you guys covered this, but I think that weather really did play a big part of that. And honestly, like I think if the weather didn't get as bad as it did, I think we would have had a little bit more touchdowns, a little bit more back and forth, and potentially, Broncos could have at least made a little bit better effort to at least win or tie up or whatever the case may be. So it'll be interesting. But yeah. I mean, not really much to recap. I think majority of what the public was on and what they thought of is what happened. So, I think that's about it for that.
Oh yeah, man. I've been doing some thinking and stuff, and like what since it's we got one more game left. It's like what are we gonna do, freaking with the show and everything? And I was thinking we keep doing it, freaking just probably be a little bit shorter. Obviously, won't be as many games to talk about, but we can talk a little bit about college basketball and the March Madness and stuff, and
Absolutely.
obviously what happens in the off season with NFL, because at the end of the day, NFL, there's a lot of things that happen year round with trade, the firing coaches and players, with the NBA draft or NBA draft, NFL draft, which shout out Bet Levelin, go check out their NBA bets. But what's up? What's up, Danny D?
Yeah, I got a bone to pick with you, CTG.
What'd you say?
I said I got a bone to pick with you, CTG.
Yeah.
We
What's
can
the
hear you.
bone you got to pick with me? It's not working. Yo, Danny D, can you hear
All
me?
right. I said
There we go. There we go.
On?
What's
I
the
said I
bone to
got a
pick?
bone to pick
We're
with
the
you,
multiverse.
CTG.
What's the bone?
Dude, you never gave me my update. I never got an update.
Well, I want to hear your update on the recap of the game.
Well, I lost a lot of money on the Denver Broncos.
Danny D doing the anytime touchdowns, long shots.
Well,
Hey,
get
man.
this. Every single play that I had on the Seattle game hit. Almost every play that I had on the Broncos game did not hit. And I combined all my bets. So I combined the games. And that was
Too
not
many
good.
legs.
You can't say the weather didn't affect that game. The weather ruined that game. People are sissies now. Like AJ was saying, people are sissies now. They can't handle the weather. Back in the day, they used to love when it snowed. Jameis Winston's one of those guys. He loves when it snows. He loves playing in the snow. But nah, dude. A lot of big plays, but no, I just wanted to give my update on I lost a lot of money on the Broncos, and I wish that game went differently.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I'm sorry
Me
I left
too.
you out, Danny D. Sorry I left you out. I didn't end up losing much money. I actually took a future bet that Alan told me to make a while ago, and I ended up cashing out early because I didn't believe in the Seahawks. I cashed out. It was $15 to win $345, and
Bro.
it was I cashed out early. I didn't believe
What
in
was the
Sam
cash
Darnold,
out?
and the cash out was $100. So I got
Okay.
$100. It's a little something,
We
something.
take
But
those. We take those. We take those.
if
Yeah, but you cashed
the
out before
Seattle,
the Seahawks game was over.
yeah, I
The cash out would be even higher
cash
now.
out right. I cashed
Yeah,
out.
cash
Yeah,
out would probably be around. Honestly, the cash out would probably be like 205, 203 right now, probably. Around
yeah.
there.
Oh yeah.
It's all good though.
And
I told him to put
what
it
hurts
all
even
on,
more.
all on the winners.
So what hurts even more is the fact that I cashed out when it dropped back down. So it was up to 150, and it dropped down to 100. So I cashed out then because I was like,
Got
"Fuck
scared.
it. I don't believe
Got
it.
scared.
I got scared. I did. It was $15. I'm like, what was I thinking? I was like, who cares if I lose the 15? Who cares? But then it's like I start thinking about losing the 100, and I'm like, nah, we'll cash that. And then
Honorable mention to like week 12 or 13 when T. Higgins got the second touchdown and he just like grabbed the ball with one hand. Does anybody remember what I'm talking about? When T. Higgins got the
Yes.
second touchdown? Dude, I had a bet 2 touchdown play. The first guy hit and T. Higgins was about to hit. The cash out got to $50. I cashed out. T. Higgins got that second touchdown. It went up to $600.
Oh wow.
I wanted to, dude. I felt sick. I literally, I felt
remember
sick.
that. I remember that.
I would. That's a lot of money. I would say some people might not say, but I think for me right now,
Off a
that
$10
is-
bet, off a
off
$10 bet, bro. That's crazy.
Off a $10 bet, I don't think I've ever been that close to hitting that kind of bet of those odds. I know you'd be taking those long shots, so
Shout out to long shots coming soon.
shout out to long shots, baby. Let's go. Once one of those long shots hit, we'll be cashing in. We'll be retiring. We'll be doing this full time.
Well, hey, the point is, even if the long shot doesn't hit, you cash out early. So the point is of the long shot is to cash out. I'll explain it to you all of this, tomorrow at work.
Well, we can do some long shots. We can hold on to the long shots for the next episode Tuesday. Tune in for some long shots. That's what you can bring some more of your long shots for the Super Bowl.
That'd be
fun.
perfect.
Super
If
Bowl
you'd really
long
do
shot.
that for me, Chase, I'd love that, Chase. You do
Danny
that for me.
D, trying to make sure you don't have a bone to pick with me. I got you, dog.
Danny D, I want
man,
the over-under on the national anthem, too.
Okay, I got you, dude. I'll have all of this. During the news.
Gatorade.
And
Let's
what about
go.
if
Gatorade
someone
color.
cries? You gotta have the over under on how many people cry during the national anthem.
Oh, I like that. That was good. That's a good one because that will be hard because you could run into I could see some of those.
It all depends on the
Patriots.
singer. If the singer is really good,
Do we know
then
who's
there's
singing?
all the players are crying. But if the singer's trash, buns, clown, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then it all depends on the singer. So, we got to see who's singing, and then I'll do the over under on tears.
Hell yeah. I could see. I already got a list of players that I could see if they were. Well, I don't know about the singer now. I'm sure they already have the singer picked, right? They got the halftime show. You guys hear about Bad Bunny's wearing a dress for the halftime show to represent the LGBTQ community and shit.
And then they doubled back and said it's not going to happen. They doubled back and said it's not going to happen, but we'll see. I don't know.
Really, dude. Tepper came out and he was slamming it. Tepper came out and did a whole press conference and stuff. He was slamming it on how it was disrespectful, making it about something else and stuff like that. It was interesting, very interesting. But we got one last big game, Patriots versus Seattle. We'll make you all tune in next week before we'll do the predictions and everything like that. I don't know where AJ went, but
he's got that. He's got that McDonald's Wi-Fi.
that McDonald's Wi-Fi is crazy. Oh my gosh, I know exactly what you mean. I'm sure other people do as well. Well, I did. I
Tune
will
in to
say,
find out. Tune in to find out.
tuned in to find out.
I know,
but that
I know the total. I know what's going to happen for the over under total. I know the outcome, and then I also know the spread. So
Oh
stay
my
tuned.
goodness.
okay. Stay
We
tuned.
will
Y'all
be
heard it.
making dummy
Y'all-
next week. Or,
Y'all gonna want to tune in to Tuesday. I mean, at the end of the day, we go Tuesday, chase the game, then Wednesday, little flag football deal, whatever they still do, competitions for the Pro Bowl, and then Super Bowl Sunday. Oof, I love the way that sounds, dude. Super Bowl Sundays, man. But
Cannot wait.
I have no idea who else is made the. Wait, actually, I take that back. I got a picture right here. I'll put it up of the 2026 Pro Football Hall of Fame finalist, and Luke Kuechly made it. Eli Manning made it too.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. Big Giants guy.
Eli
Yeah,
Manning is my goat.
Yeah, dude. He did his thing against the Patriots in the Super Bowl and Tom Brady.
Twice.
Kryptonite. Tom Brady's kryptonite. That's what they call him. But honestly, don't really have much else to talk about for CTG. We're chasing the game, but at the end of the day, the game is not until next Sunday. So we'll dial it back a little bit. Let you guys tune into Bet Leveling for some NBA. Gotta do that. Gotta
It's all
cash in with that. Boys making me some money. So make sure you guys watch his videos and hop in the Discord. It's free. They post all their bets in there.
completely free.
But we'll get rocking and rolling and get this video out, and then we'll do next week our bets and predictions. We got to throw in Danny D's updates, of course, and then he's going to bring in his prediction as well. So just a heads up about that, Danny D. And looks like AJ showed back up at the exit. So I appreciate y'all. I salute y'all.
Yes, sir.
Look forward to chatting about it next week on CTG. And it's a cold world out there, so stay warm.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Yes,
Stay
sir.
warm.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Chase the money, chase the money.